day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ryan Hall. Thank you for tuning into the studio here at Oak Mountain Media. My guest today has been teaching for 11 years and coaching for 17. He empowers the Oak Mountain basketball program to success, and he truly understands the importance of challenging his students on the courts and in the classroom. Mr. Donald McMahon.
Hey, how are you, man?
Hey, I'm doing awesome. How you doing?
Thanks for having me.
So I personally did not have you as a math teacher, but I've heard you're one of the coolest teachers we got. So,
nice.
So can you kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and your family?
Yeah. So, obviously, my name's Donald McMahon. I actually graduated here in 2003.
Okay.
And then I met my wife here in high school. Her name is Kellen. Mm-hmm. And we kind of went to different colleges and then met up afterwards. And we have two children, Max, who's 3, and Caroline, who's 7 months old now.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then I've got a brother. I actually have 2 brothers. One of them teaches here as well, Kevin, which is kind of a cool dynamic. And then I've got an older brother. But, yeah.
It's cool. So, you know, y'all are just kind of doing the thing. Y'all sound like you're pretty busy.
Yeah, definitely. Max and Caroline keep us busy for sure. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. But it's fun.
So what were you like in high school? I know you said you went here. So
what was I like in high school? Okay, wow. I don't know. I was very into basketball in high school. I played 4 years on the varsity, and that was kind of my identity, I would say, for those 4 years. Looking back, I wished I might have diversified a little bit more in hindsight, but I was maybe considered somewhat of a class clown too.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, probably. But I tried to just, have good social life, be into the athletics, and, do well academically.
Yeah, that's awesome. So when did you know that your passion for basketball could be used to help other players?
I would say probably when I was about 18, I got an opportunity to coach with my older brother, a church league basketball team.
Right.
And we looked at each other before we went out there and we were like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And we just did what we had been taught from actually the previous coach here was Coach North. And we had some success and we had a lot of fun and we were kind of like, let's keep doing this. And we got an opportunity to coach at the middle school. And then after that, we got an opportunity to coach at the high school. So I would say when I was about 18, it kind of hit me that this could be something I would like to do. And it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. So you literally hit the ground running right when you graduated, huh?
I did. I've been doing it a long time. But I still enjoy it. So, yeah, I'm going to keep doing it for a little while.
That is so cool. That's really cool. So can you kind of talk about you as a teacher and just kind of speak about your drive as an educator and like what's your favorite part about math?
Favorite part about math is that I like the structure of it.
Right.
That fits my personality. So I find it to be probably one of the easier subjects for me to teach. My drive as an educator probably would be when I look back when I was a student, I really enjoyed the classes where I liked coming into the room and I liked the teacher. So I try to make my class have that environment where the subject doesn't necessarily matter. If they like coming in there, we can kind of teach them whatever the subject is. But I like building relationships with the students. That's probably the most enjoyable part. They make me laugh, keep me young. So, that's probably the main drive as an educator, I would say.
Yeah, that's great. So it's clear that you're not just there in the classroom to teach. I mean, you're there to, be in the dynamic, and that's awesome that you have.
Yeah, and I like to have fun as well. I don't like to stand at the board for 50 minutes and just bore everyone to death. So I enjoy what I do, and I enjoy where I'm doing it too.
For sure.
Yeah.
Nice. So let's talk about the upcoming season.
Sure.
So what can we expect from Oak Mountain basketball this year?
Well, I think the staff and the team were highly disappointed with last year's outcome. We got knocked out in the area tournament. And so I think the team is hungry this year. I think we've got really good senior leadership. You got Luke Love, Trey Sullivan, Zane Nelson, all coming back. They've done a really good job being leaders in the off season with our workouts, our conditioning. And then we've got a really strong younger class, 2 sophomore and junior class. So what I would expect, I guess, would be a team that's got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
We've been putting in a lot of work in the off season, and we're going to try to, do the work that leads up to where we don't have the result that we had last year.
Right. And it's like, I mean, y'all always play so hard, and I can't even imagine. I'm a little scared to see what this year's gonna look like. That's cool.
Well, I mean, we're going to take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
We don't want to have expectation. We don't want the kids to be thinking too far ahead. So we're going to try to win each day and, do what we can leading up to the area tournament, and then hopefully it'll fall in our favor.
Right. So what does that preparation look like right now? I know we spoke earlier. You said you're in off season.
Mm-hmm.
So can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So we do a lot of conditioning. We do a lot of weightlifting, and then we do some individual skill development, which would be anything from quickness, shooting, ball handling.
Yeah.
We've been meeting up in the morning, which we like getting the kids up. We think that builds, a lot of toughness.
Yeah.
So right now it's just all the basics that, players and teams got to put in the off season, all the hard work. It's time to. I think the kids are ready to start practicing and playing because it gets kind of tiring going through all the workouts and stuff.
Right. So you get to work early, man. It makes it all worth it through the season.
Right. Yeah.
For sure.
Exactly.
So what's your pinnacle of success as a coach, would you say?
I saw that question on the sheet and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to answer that. But I've thought a little bit about it. I would say, as a coach, I don't think you ever are like, I've done it. There's always, because every team is different, every season is different, and I don't think it's something you master,
Right.
But I would say the pinnacle for me was probably when I got the job here. I have a very good relationship with Coach Love. I've known him a long time. I think it's special that I get to work with him, and then also my brother is on the staff, and then we've got Coach Jackson who coaches our freshman team. The fact that I get to work with those guys is pretty cool. So I can't really imagine a better environment as a coach to be in. I don't know that I would like to move because we have a really good setup here with the coaches on staff. So
yes, sir.
I think that's probably the highlight in terms of me personally and selfishly is we've got a pretty good deal here with our coaching staff.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it really doesn't even sound like you're just coaching. It sounds like brotherhood from the top down.
Sure, we definitely have a strong bond. We've known each other a long time. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what do you think makes basketball different than any other sport?
Yeah, I saw that question too, and I mean, I think that basketball is a big skill sport. So in other words, you can't hide on the floor. You got to be able to dribble, pass, shoot. It's a very high skill sport. And the other thing I think that kind of separates it is the intimacy. When you go to a basketball game as a fan, you are there on the floor. You can see their faces. So I think it's an intimate fan reaction or interaction with the players. So I think that kind of separates it from some of the other sports like baseball and football.
For sure. It's an environment like no other.
Right. Yeah.
So do you have any other comments on the upcoming season or?
No, I don't think so. We're excited to get it started. I know we are expecting to do big things, but like I said, we're going to try to take it one day at a time.
All right. Mr. McMahon, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me, man. I enjoyed it.
And thank you for tuning in once again. Remember, you can keep up with all things Oak Mountain Media on our Twitter at OakMTN Media. And also be sure to keep up to date with all things Oak Mountain Basketball on their Twitter. It's at OMHS Basketball. And for Oak Mountain Media, I'm Ryan Hall.